here today with my 14-year-old Yorkie Maltese pup. I wanted to talk more about being a dog mom because I know a lot of people maybe are like me and they just love their pets as much as I do. And thank you, baby. And so I want to talk to you about the things that I do to keep my pets looking and feeling good and staying healthy and young in hopes that I can help more people to have their dogs as long as they possibly can. The first thing that's important to talk about is nutrition. A lot of dog foods do not have anywhere near the right nutrition that you need to be giving your dogs. Just like humans, we can't eat fillers and garbage all the time or we're going to feel that way and probably not live as long. I started taking my 14-year-old pup, he's a Morkie, to the vet. I found that some of the medicine wasn't working with him, so I found a holistic vet. And I have no affiliation with anyone in this advice. It's just my own experience. Taking him to there was good. I think if your dogs start having any issues and you can't get resolution with your regular vet, I would suggest trying out a holistic vet and just having them do the regular panels. They will require a lot of different panels. They're pretty expensive, but if you really care about and want to know and you can afford to do so for your pet, they'll run a bunch of series of tests to check vitamin levels. We found out that our Yorkie Maltese was deficient in vitamin D pretty significantly, and he needed like an extra supplement with probiotics because he has time to time some gastrointestinal issues. We just started really kind of getting that information. We also did some testing on diet. We went through a lot of different dog foods, and in the end we ended up settling with a mix of having dog food and ground meat. And depending on your dog, it may be allergic to certain meats, but actually ground turkey is not always out as I had thought. I thought turkey was like really bad, but it turns out my Westie can actually have turkey and has been having it. So let me just show you some of this real quick. And then also a quarter cup of this dry food, which this is a Beneful, but like I said, it's good to kind of try them out and see how they do with different diets. A lot of my vets actually steered us away from grain-free, which is what I started my good old Yorkie Maltese here on from the beginning. So some of the other supplements that I use that I wanted to mention, and again, this is just based on what we've gone through. My younger puppy was having a lot of problems with digesting his food. He would eat like a ton of food and nothing would work. And so we got really concerned. A good friend of mine who's a doctor just told me about needing certain enzymes. So we ended up getting these enzymes here. And if you ever hear about a problem with a dog not eating and not gaining weight, let me know and I can give you more information. I don't want to sound like I'm just advertising for all these companies, but I just want to give you kind of my regimen. So the younger pup's on EPI medication for his pancreas, but we didn't find that out really through the holistic vet. We just found that out through a good friend whose dog suffered the same. The real primary thing was just weight loss and really not normal digestive. Something that I started doing, switching back to my older pup, he often has issues, like I said, with the GI. And we started using this Protegrity Easy, and I actually use it on both of their food because it's just a probiotic. You literally put like the tiniest little like eighth of a teaspoon in, at least for a small dog, like 20 to 25 pounds. And it's good for their digestion. It helps when they're having diarrhea or like if they're throwing up or eating grass. That's a good thing to try, especially if you're traveling. Sometimes my dogs get upset stomachs just from that. Another thing that we use for Bailey, like I said, Bailey is my Maltese, Yorkie Maltese, is this. I think you have to have a prescription from the vet, so you would want to make sure that they're tested to make sure they need it, but he has vitamin D drops, and these are oil soluble, because that's the only way to really get them absorbed, and he gets a number of those based on what the results of that test that the holistic vet did to make sure that his levels are good, because vitamin D is huge, and if it's low, it can cause a lot of problems. So we started doing that. Another thing I started for him, he had trouble with some of that over-the-counter arthritis medication. It was recommended to me to try. I was trying CBD, but I didn't realize that it's kind of better. See how this says full spectrum? It doesn't matter. This doesn't have to be the brand or anything, but the full spectrum, the vet told me, is a better
product. It has the more rounded CBD. So I started giving him a couple drops of that, maybe once or twice a day, and it really seems to help him. He doesn't seem like he's in pain. He used to limp a lot. Even at 14, the vet even told us like he looks great. So I'm really blessed about that, and I want to share that to anyone that maybe could help, because that's what I'm here to do. And then finally, another thing I've been using for really both of them, because like I said, they both have a little bit of health stuff, is this. It's a Dr. McCullough mushroom complex. And the reason I selected it, I always look at reviews, and the active ingredients actually have organic reishi, cordyceps, shiitake, turkey tail, lion's mane. Those were the things I was looking for, and it has all that, a little more. And he seems to like it on his food. I put a little water with that and the chicken and the dry food, and so he gets about half a cup a day of food. This my lovely 14-year-old pup who's standing here. I just wanted to give a little information. I know I said this is my channel to do a little more than just Scentsy. My life is really a lot about my dogs too, and I hope I can help someone out there that's having some issues, and if there's anything I can do, let me know. Send me a note and I'll see if I can give you anything. But like I said, I'm not a vet by any means. I have no medical training. I'm just going off of what's really worked for my pup and kept him here with me today. So thank you.